Okay, we're recording.
One day, my boss's boss, David, invited me into his office. I thought I was in trouble. But sure enough, I was offered a management position instead of a worker bee position. I was shocked. I only had minutes to decide if I wanted to go into management or not, and I accepted the position. But the only thing I did wrong was not ask questions. I learned more about myself in the first month of management because I didn't let go of my old job because of my control issues. I should have let somebody do my worker bee job so I could do my management duties well. Like lots of meetings, lots of emails, lots of decisions to make, and many reports to write. I was working two jobs and being on call 24 by 7. I was wearing myself out. And I wasn't getting any advice from my immediate upline manager. I made an appointment with David again, and I went into his office and I explained I am struggling with my new position. He informed me in a diplomatic manner what I was doing wrong and what I was doing correctly. And that's when I got to ask questions and get answers. The key word he used was delegate. I felt more comfortable and aware of my personal growth in my management position that I held until I retired.
Management is so hard, especially in the beginning. And so that's why self awareness is so important and asking questions. In my first year as an administrator, I had a big vision and very little self awareness. I was leading about 20 different staff members, and in my mind, it was go time. I rolled out the vision, the plan, the steps, and I expected everyone to get on board. Why? Because I said so. I know. You've probably heard the phrase, you can't turn a ship on a dime. Well, some of the people on this ship that I was leading, they had been there since the ship was being built. They weren't just on the ship, they helped design the ship. And they had zero interest in changing course. Now, take low self awareness and add in people who refuse to change. You don't get progress, you get a shipwreck. But instead of getting curious and instead of asking why they were so resistant, I dug in my heels. I said things like, if you don't want to be on board, you're welcome to get off the boat. If you don't try, I'm going to have to write you up. I said all those things with a smile, of course, because that's what good leaders do, right? Wrong. It definitely didn't work. They got more frustrated, more resistant, and honestly, so did I. Until one day I hit a wall. I walked into the ringleader's room and said, this has become a major problem. You need to get on board. And she looked right at me and said, I'm not the problem. I've been here 20 years. There's a reason that we do things this way. And you never even bothered to ask questions. And for the first time, it hit me. She was right. I came in with answers, but I really lacked understanding, authority, but zero self awareness. I expected change without connection. I wasn't just facing the problem, I was the problem. That conversation changed everything. It didn't just help me turn the ship, it helped me look in the mirror. And from that point on, I made a decision. I made the decision to lead with questions, not just instructions, to listen, not just direct, and to always leave room for the possibility that I might be wrong. Because the truth is, the moment you think you have nothing left to learn as a leader is the moment you become the biggest obstacle in the room. And the best leaders, they're self aware. They understand that to lead others well, they must lead themselves first.
And to lead yourself first, the law of awareness states you must know yourself in order to grow yourself. Every leader wants to grow, but growth is not automatic. Maxwell teaches that growth begins with honesty, clarity, and the courage to tell the truth about where we are today. Being self aware changes everything. Awareness is the doorway to intentional growth, and every other leadership law is built upon it. Maxwell teaches that every leader must know three things: your strengths, that's where you grow the fastest; your weaknesses, that's where you need support; and then your direction, because growth requires a target. Awareness reveals the gap, growth closes the gap, and leadership is the result. So if you want to grow ourselves, we must start by knowing ourselves. Awareness is the doorway, growth is the pathway. Now you're on your way to intentional personal growth.
Good job, everybody.